When loading up a new Maya file, the first thing you want to do is get in there and change your grid size. By default, it's extremely small. Right now on this grid, each square represents about 1 centimeter. And a common mistake is to make a model it using this grid, bring it into your game engine, and it's centimeter sized. So to play with our options here, we go to Display, Grid, and hit this little square here, and that'll open up our option box. So looking at this option box here, the first section, size, is going to deal with the actual length and width of the grid itself, and also how big these squares are inside. So right now it's only going 12 centimeters across in any direction. So let's make this something a little bit more practical. So I'm going to go 20 meters. And you can see when I hit apply on that, it just looks insane because it's going 20 meters out using centimeter size squares. So I'm going to change my grid lines. Let's start with 10 meters. So if I hit apply, let me back out here. These grid lines are represented by a slightly thicker white line, and they're every 10 meters. So right now, from the 0 point, it goes 10 meters, and you can see there's a thick white line. The subdivisions here, represented by this number, is how this is divided up. So right now, these are 2 meter squares. So if I wanted them to be 1 meter squares, I would have to change that to 10. Hit apply on that, and you can see now I have 1 meter squares. You can customize your grid by changing up colors as well. Origin is pretty important a lot of times when you're modeling for a game engine. So if I wanted to change the color here to, let's say, red, now I'll never lose origin. That's very clear of where that 0 point is. You can also change up your other colors over here, but I honestly like to keep it pretty clean. I keep it pretty default, so I'll keep it like this. You can further change up your display here by hitting these check boxes if you want certain things to be hidden. Like let's say I want to hide my subdivision lines. I hit apply, and you can see all those subdivision lines go away. All right, I'll bring that back, and you can also put like numbers on the grid here, perspective grid numbers. Hit apply, and you can see the positive and negative numbers referenced there. But again, I like to keep it pretty clean. Usually when I'm starting off, this is my usual setting. I hit 20 meters for every grid line and length and width, and then I subdivide by 20. So it gives me a grid like this, which is clear where origin is, and I get 1 meter squares. And I can make any adjustments I need as I start modeling.